Ever feel like your data's just this massive jumbled puzzle, and you're not even sure where to start?
I've been there.
Right. Today, we're cracking open the strategies Amazon uses for its data warehouse, Amazon Redshift, trying to see how they wrangle insights from, well, huge GE data sets.
Sounds ambitious.
Oh, it is. We've got these excerpts, right, all about intelligent scaling in Redshift. And it's not for total beginners. This stuff seems aimed at people who already get the
So
basics.
they're using Redshift but want to use it better.
Exactly. They hit the ground running. So for anyone hazy, imagine Redshift like a giant library, but for data, not books.
And not just any data. It's important to remember we're talking specifically about data used for analysis. That's where Redshift shines. It's designed for that kind of workload.
You're right. Good point. It's not just about storing, it's about digging in and finding those insights, right?
Exactly.
And this document, it really digs into two things. Concurrency scaling sounds fancy,
It does, doesn't it?
and workload management, which sounds a bit, maybe a little, but actually they're key to how Redshift stays so fast, even with mountains of data.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not just about being big. It's about being usable.
Okay, so let's break it down. Concurrency first.
All right, so back to our library, right? Imagine everyone wants the same book at once. Chaos.
Total pandemonium.
Exactly. Concurrency is Redshift's way of making sure everyone gets what they need without slowing things down. Multiple queries running at the same time, no problem.
So no more waiting for someone else to finish their research before you can even start yours.
Precisely. It's all about speed and efficiency, especially when you've got time-sensitive insights to uncover.
Makes sense. But then there's workload management. I'll admit, when I first saw that, I thought, ugh, sounds bureaucratic.
It does, a bit, but it's actually pretty cool. Think of it like having different lines in our library, right? One for quick browsing, one for in-depth research. Redshift uses these things called WLM queues. So it's basically like, okay, what kind of query is this? Simple, great, you're in the express lane. Complex analysis, no problem. We'll give you the resources you need. Everything keeps moving.
So instead of everything grinding to a halt because one person's hogging all the resources,
Exactly. Workload management keeps things running smoothly, no matter how diverse the tasks are. It prioritizes what needs to happen when.
now there's this other thing that really caught my eye in the document, data sharing.
Hmm.
That's got to be insanely complex, especially at Amazon's scale.
It really does. And it's not just about internal data sharing either, though I'm sure that's a beast in its own right. This has implications for how all companies operate, especially now.
How so?
Think about it. You've got partners, vendors, customers.
Hmm.
Data's not siloed anymore. It needs to flow freely and securely, and that's what Redshift seems to be addressing. It's like this built-in understanding that data needs to be shared, and shared well.
It's almost like they're thinking a step ahead. The way they emphasize data sharing in this document, it makes you wonder what other tricks Amazon has up their sleeve.
Right, it's like a little peek behind the curtain, just a glimpse of how they manage data at that scale.
It's fascinating, really. And here's the thing, even if you're not using Redshift, these concepts, this intelligent approach, it's everywhere. Concurrency, resource allocation.
Absolutely. Any system dealing with massive data sets has to grapple with these challenges. It's the future of data management, really.
Right, it's not enough to just have the data anymore. It's about how quickly and efficiently you can actually use it. That's what this document drives home.
I think that's a really important point. It's not just about storage, it's about action.
Exactly. So if Amazon's going all in on this idea of an intelligent data warehouse, one that's constantly optimizing itself,
Right.
always learning, what does that mean for us? How will we interact with data in the future?
Interesting question.
Right. If they can make something as complex as data warehousing feel almost intuitive, that's a future I'm kind of curious to see.
Me too.
Something to ponder.
Yeah.